Hello, and this is a brand new router. This is the Netgear 834G router, and you can see here we have information on the ADSL slot. 1, 2, 3 and 4 sections, numbered lands. Hello, and this is a brand new router. This is the Netgear 834G router, and you can see here we have information on the ADSL slot. 1, 2, 3 and 4 sections, numbered lands. 1, 2, 3, 4 there. We have the information on our various lights, the power, the test, the internet and the wireless sections. You'll also notice that you have information on the Mac and the serial. So what does it look like from the rear? Well, we have our ADSL section, we have the ports here, and we have our power lead here. And for many people, the all important aerial here. Just twist that round, and you can see that this is in actual fact is adjustable. That's quite practical. You may well find in your box as well that you could get the telephone line connection, phone and modem, but you may well use a broadband filter instead. You've got a power lead here as well. Useful bit of kit, but obviously nothing functions without it really. Telephone line, well, telephone cable there. But overall, key purpose of this video was to show you the Netgear router itself, the ADSL modem router, and key bit really for connection on the ADSL internet access. Okay, here we have the router fully functioning. I am now going to reboot the router. I'm going to remove the power cable. Now there is no internet access now, it's completely disconnected, and I am now going to reconnect the router, and I shall press the button in and you'll see the rebooting light process going through as it engages, and it will stage by stage light up. There we go, the yellow light flashing there in the left hand corner, green light coming in, yellow light now flashing, green flashing, and all the lights flashing is a positive sign. Yellow there, top is the phone line, that's indicating its connection. It goes through this process. And this is the gradual rebooting process that you may be asked to do if your line goes down. Numbers 2 and 4 are live ones, live signals. We now have the green lights all flashing, indicating the Wi-Fi. You may well find that if you're using an SIP phone, you may have to disconnect, which is this is on. Again, reconnect, and again this may well go through a booting up process to actually reconnect. You can see here, this is one of the LANs, and this is the other one. So you have 2 and 4. You can now see the green light on the top is now active, and this would be indicated a good strong sound on dial-up for the SIP phone. So that's a Netgear router rebooting. Okay, if you've ever had this particular issue within a router, you found the IP address, IP subnet mask, gateway IP address, DNS are there with the dashes, and you've reconnected everything. This will be because you're disconnected online. Could be power failure, could be a inability for the equipment to function, and you want to test and check everything. You also notice the modem is negotiating, and a couple of things you can do. First of all, you can check your connection status. Could be that the system has just had a slight problem, one or two problems possible. You'll see here that connection to the server is connected and there's success with negotiation and authentication. If there is no connection, this will not say that, and authentication will not say success. So these things can happen. You'll also notice your green lights will double flash. I've disconnected this to actually test it. The system I'm with has a VPI of 0 and a VCI of 38. This is something that if you're talking to a first or second line support, they will ask you about. So there's two small issues there that you may well come across with a disconnected or a problem online. You may well find that these issues come up. So we're now going to look at the logs, see if we have any logs, and you can see here that we have logs, and you can actually read this information out to see how what's actually happening with your system, and it'll give you times. Beauty of this is we can also email if required. We can actually send the logs through to relevant parties. I've also set it up in this particular instance for the startup and DOS support time scans. We can also see the broadcasts on the LAN. That's when the information is being sent out. So those are bits of information that you can actually see. So that's the ADSL section. I'm just going to pause briefly. As you can see, I've reconnected the system and everything's functioning. You can now see the IP address, the IP subnet mask, the gateway IP address. All the details have returned to the system. We can see the domain name server, the DNS, and addresses there are all functional and back on. So we now know that the whole system is in actual fact functioning. So that's a little bit of information on what you can see there. Statistics. Well, the statistics actually has some interesting information there as well. We can see here the fact that we have packets of data being transmitted and received, and we can actually see the LAN and the WAN in action. If you've got no internet access, the PP over A will not have those details there. So if you're talking to first or second line support, this information is something that may be of some interest. You could alter the testing times for those connections here, and all this information will also be timed. You can see the up and the down time there, so you can actually see the data being transferred and received. You obviously have the option to stop that information as well. So there's a whole series of bits of information there.